There's a clear reason why the markets are up, and I'm going to be explaining why 2024 is going to be an insane market. What's happening, everyone? I'm your host, Coin Central, and we're seeing a huge partnership on the way. We were seeing all these big partnerships back, and we're also seeing crypto going up. Crypto's changing in and out, but the most important factor is why. Why is KASPA year to date up 1,400? Why is ApeCoin down 57% this year? And why is Bitcoin up 122% is the main question. Also, year to date Ethereum is up 57%. So from saying it's going to be one of the worst crypto winters, crypto might be going away at this point at what this was like November 2022. Well, look at what we got. Look at what we got exactly. Crypto just seeing more pumps, and slowly it saw one of the biggest increases ever. And we're slowly getting back to climbing the big ladder out of here. So from 16K to 36K. And while this might not seem big in numbers, just think this is about, in one single year, 120%. This means the crypto market added about 50%, which is absolutely insane numbers, and it means crypto is definitely coming back. But why? Why is crypto coming back? Now, that's a pretty good question. Why would people buy crypto? Well, very simply put, the government wants in. The government wanted in for quite a few years, actually, just they weren't sure how. And now with FTT and FTX going down, this serves as a clear example that FTX is going to go bankrupt. Probably 2.0 is going to launch. If it's going to go to $26, that will be absolutely insane. But it does tell you something, that the government wants to be back in. The government likes to be back in. Crypto is good money. Look at this. Kronos is reviving here. Slowly but surely, all these cryptos are slowly seeing some traction because people want to see changes. They want to see a positive change. What's happening now? They want to see a positive change, and that's exactly where we're seeing Solana being improved. And all this because FTX is improving, and also the markets are improving. The interest rates were free, so there's no more recession. Look at this. Solana increased 400%. That's absolutely insane. So while we are far from all-time peaks, very far, it's still a very good positive point that 2024 is going to make some people pretty much billionaires just by holding. Some people are going to be immediately rich. Now, some people are also going to be losing a lot because some cryptos won't be surviving. It seems very obvious to me, though, that there's still cryptos out there that were around for a long time, and that's exactly what some people are doing. They were whales. They were collecting these cryptos. Monero, I'm not sure where it's at, so this is an old token, so it's somewhere around the middle. But a lot of these cryptos, at a time, now they're coming back and people are excited. And I grew up with crypto. It's my life. It's the thing I've been doing for. So once the retail investor is hidden, once the ETF listing is hidden, guess what? Everybody's gonna be in. Everybody's gonna buy crypto. Everybody will want more crypto that will be easily accessible. Can you buy easily crypto right now without an exchange going bankrupt? It's absolutely not guaranteed. But can you buy an ETF and just hope or think that Bitcoin is gonna go up? Absolutely. BlackRock is gonna offer that on the NASDAQ market. And when they do that, guess what? There's going to be a ton of Robinhood, retail, all types of crypto investors. There's going to be clear regulation that you could buy Bitcoin and Ethereum ETF. And this is going to send probably Ethereum to $6,000. And it's going to probably send Bitcoin to around $70,000 to $80,000. It's only a matter of time when it happens. That's the only question, if. And that's why 2024 is going to make a lot of millionaires, especially people who are holding. Not financial advice, by the way. But it definitely tells us we are very, very early. The government hasn't even stepped in. They haven't even touched crypto yet. And that's a pretty big bet. Now, if they come in, just by announcements we saw like such big growth, how much more is crypto going to go back in? So I'll keep you guys updated with more news, and until next time, peace everyone. People were telling me today about the KASPA dump, and obviously I'm not seeing any KASPA dump. What's happening, everyone? Smash that like button if you haven't already. This time we're going to be talking about what exactly is going on with KASPA. So that's a pretty interesting thing I have right now. But let's take a look at this. This looks pretty awesome. So welcome back. I'm your host, Coin Central. Why is KASPA dumping? Well, very simply put, let's take a quick look at all-time charts. Does this look like a dump to you guys? Does this honestly look like a dump? To me, it does not. It does not look like a dump at all. And the important factor is, while KASPA did go down, if we look at Pepe here, haven't heard that one for a while, but look at this. It's still somewhere below. It's not all-time high, of course. The all-time high would be absolutely crazy with 3 billion volume. But if you look here, we're seeing about the same traction, right? So somewhere in the middle. So this is what I call not a dump. This is what I call a retractment. When an actual project goes up, it also goes down a bit. So the reason it's dumping is possibly, and this is just my honest opinion, is one whale bought at, let's say he even came in late. He came in even late. He did his research and bought half a cent. So he had a half a cent. He bought 20K of it. 20K is pretty realistic. So that's just a very normal chart. We're seeing what we're seeing. The volume right now is 52 million. So let's say actually this was a big whale. He bought around here at 1 cent. There he bought about, let's just round it up to 1 cent, and he bought about $100,000 just to make math easy. So if he bought here at $100,000, this means now he has $800,000. This means actually here he made $900,000 at its all-time peak. That means he's gonna sell 100K to almost a millionaire pre-tax, that is, or depending, what kind of tax you have. That's an insane deal. Who wouldn't take that? So that just sinks in to why KASPA exactly is dumping, is because a lot of people all the way here, who held even down to 1.7 cent, now see it 9 cent, and maybe have 10K, have bills to pay. This has nothing to do with a project. This has absolutely nothing to do with a project, in my honest opinion. Yeah, the volume is 52 million. But in my honest opinion, what we're seeing is just a slight average. Even if we look at what is here, Ethereum chart. Yeah, Ethereum is up a bit, but it's nowhere near, bull runs. So that's the big difference. We can also see who really dumped this day. So KASPA dumped the most. It's the second most, but Hobby token also dumped for some reason. FTT token went up though. FTT token. Do you guys think that people, when we get to $22, some won't cash out? They'll see $22. Oh, I have 10K of FTT. Of course, some might sell, but that doesn't mean more buyers will come in. Now, I don't know what will happen with FTT token, and this video is not financial advice, but it just gives you a clear perspective of what's happening with KASPA right now. So if you bought at a time where you still question yourself, is the possibility still there? Is the actual use case still there? It gives you a clear idea of what exactly you're buying and not just a quick cash grab. Now, while some made the money, there's still money to be made. But I'll keep you guys updated with more news on that, and smash that like button. Until next time, peace everyone. Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. So it seems like everyone is talking about Ethereum. An Ethereum-based ETF is coming. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. Smash that like button, because Ethereum does seem like it's going to be one of the biggest things in the next bull run, which is obviously coming. Obviously, we have been waiting good for about the longest bear market in history. So smash that like button if you haven't already. Let's see what Scott Melker has to say this on Altcoin Daily.
Ethereum spot ETF applications filed, but it's different when it's BlackRock for a few reasons. Number one is that Larry Fink has been on a roadshow talking about crypto as a flight to quality.
So if you haven't been kept up to date, basically one of the big institutions, BlackRock, filed for that ETF, lol, when they wanted to destroy crypto. Now they're joining crypto, which is not necessarily a bad thing.
quality. And the Bitcoin maximalists screamed and yelled that he was only saying crypto because he legally couldn't say Bitcoin. The SEC would come down on him if he was talking his own book. That's completely dispelled. We now know the truth, which is that Larry Fink is in fact bullish on all crypto. And when he says crypto is a flight to quality, he means it. If you were paying attention.
So not necessarily bullish. Potentially they're bullish now. They're going to be making it a part of the program. ETFs will be a part of the finance market.
And before, you already knew that, because in his annual investor letter last March, he wrote extensively on the tokenization of assets, on these other crypto assets beyond just the Bitcoin spot ETF that they had filed for. So when it comes from BlackRock, you can say that Larry Fink is one of the top 5 probably most powerful people literally on the entire planet. People joke that there's
them having crypto. This is absolutely insane. Absolutely.
4 branches of the government: the executive, judicial, legislative, and BlackRock. I would say that there's just BlackRock and maybe the other 3 are subsidiaries, right? I don't think people understand just how impactful BlackRock.
So just to make it some clear points, Ethereum went up 10% in a day after the listing was just teased. Once it's confirmed, it's only up from there. So that's a pretty insane thing, basically. So let's take a look at here.
Bitcoin continues its strong campaign in 23, the cryptocurrency touching some 18-month highs. Our Dom Chu's tracking that action. Morning, Dom.
All right, Carl, so cryptocurrencies have had a banner week, as you point out here. Prices for the 2 biggest ones out there, we're talking Bitcoin and Ethereum, up massively just over the course of the last week. And Ethereum right now is catching this kind of big bid over the last couple of days, as you can see here. As we
look at year to date, 73%. Even stocks didn't have that kind of returns. Stocks had like 15%.
That the world's biggest asset manager, that is BlackRock, filed to list an ETF backed by spot Ethereum on the NASDAQ exchange at some point. That's stoking some more optimism that markets could see greater access and perhaps institutional liquidity brought on by an exchange-traded product on a regulated exchange. Now, Ether prices did get over $2,000 per token with that latest move. We're currently $2,088 and change. Now, these are levels that we haven't seen since April. And just for reference, if you go all the way back to that April high here, that was roughly just around 2,124. So that's an idea for reference where we.
So we're getting back to it. But look at this bump and look at the dump and look at this bump. This is obviously a much more sustainable pump.
We've seen this year. We've also seen that big rise, as Carl points out, in Bitcoin prices over the last couple of weeks. And that was due again in part to just this idea of optimism about a potential regulated exchange-traded product tied to spot Bitcoin at the offing sometime in the not-too-distant future. Again, BlackRock is a name being floated around as the potential home for one of those potential first Bitcoin exchange-traded funds brought to market. Now, as a result here, we are seeing some of the companies tied to crypto, Coinbase, Robinhood, you can see here some upside here as well on the day so far, 2.5% gains there. Also, MicroStrategy holds Bitcoin as an asset. The Grayscale Bitcoin Trust, popular vehicle by which some investors gain access to crypto. It's been seen rising. It's up about 1% today so far. So
2% is not that much, though. That's the only thing. But overall, pretty nice, pretty decent. What do you guys think about this? We're seeing the highest since May 2022. Are we going to be seeing another bull run? Let me know down in the comments below and smash that like button. All right, so that's a pretty interesting news I wanted to talk about on this channel. FTX executives team up to build new crypto exchange 12 months after FTX collapse. So smash that like button if you haven't already. So we're going to be looking at this one. The cryptocurrency exchanges offer a self-custody solution that integrates a multi-party computation technique to secure funds. Several former FTX executives have teamed up to help build a new cryptocurrency exchange in Dubai with a specific focus on what FTX failed to do, secure customer funds. So I know this might sound like a red flag, FTX employees building a new exchange, but it seems like this one is not going to be interfering with Alameda. They call it Backpack Exchange. So it's under the name which Track Labs will offer these services. Some will receive support from ex-FTX employee Armani Ferrante. I also wanted to give my own opinion on this, who serves as the CEO of Track's holding company in the BVI, according to November report by Wall Street Journal. Sun's former legal deputy at FTX, Zhang, who is also Ferrante's wife, is also on Track's executive team. Zhang plans to transition out of the company as she's been working without pay to help bootstrap the exchange. So that's interesting. She wasn't even paid for that. So Sun and Ferrante irritated that they wanted to use the lessons learned from FTX's failure to protect customer funds. They want to build a new exchange. And we did hear about FTX 2.0, FTX relaunch, so that's something we gotta talk about. This is gonna be a completely different exchange, and I'm not sponsored. They didn't pay me. They didn't give me any sponsorships to talk about this. But honestly, I find it very interesting. Why? Because FTX 2.0 is recently coming out, and a lot of FTX employees, ex-FTX employees, have decided to build up their own crypto exchange. So it will also enable backpack customers to verify funds when they want. You need trusted transparency. It's currently in beta. Sun was witness at Bankman-Fried's recent fraud trial when he revealed former FTX CEO turned to him seeking a legal justification as to why FTX funds were Alameda Research. And well, he was convicted, sadly, or unfortunately, for all parties, he was convicted and proven guilty unless he appeals. So Sun said he quit as FTX's general counsel the day after Bankman-Fried told him about the use of customer money. This went everything that I stood for and was presented to me by Sam. So it seems like Sam plotted everything, apparently, really. But it seems like that FTX employees are building their own exchange. So that's a pretty interesting thing that they're doing right now. So what do you guys think about this? Personally, would I give a bad rap for them? Obviously not, because what I think is there were great employees at FTX. There was like thousands and thousands of people probably hired through FTX, launch. But it just took one bad thing, Alameda Research, to actually prove that FTX is not going to do well. Same we see with FTT and FTX 2.0. It's still going to be around. There's still money to be made. It's still profitable if you don't do stupid stuff like trading and doing high level margin with customer funds. So that's a pretty interesting thing that I see right now, is that these exchanges, really in crypto, they come and go. So obviously you got to be careful with exchanges, but it does seem like there's some traction here, and I want to see how this works out. They're obviously working on some great things, and I honestly find the whole concept interesting that ex-FTX employees are working on a new exchange besides FTX, besides FTX 2.0. That's why FTT went so up. So people who want to build, who want to make an exchange, maybe it's profitable, but maybe they just are really inspired to have users actually see where the customer funds do and go and want to make it right. So there's probably going to be a loyal base for that they don't want to have terrible things, but they do have a red bag as the big logo thing here. So there's also FTX 2.0 coming out. I'll be making a video on that. Smash that like button. And Tokyo looks an awesome place, to be honest. They're working on the offices. So this could be like people deviating, executives, by the way. I don't think they're doing it for money, because if you're an executive at FTX, must be paid pretty well. I'm just guessing. So I guess it's actually for them to build a community, and that's what we need to see, the exchanges caring about users. That's why all of the exchanges, the big exchanges like Kraken, Coinbase, they care. They obviously care about their users, and they're building a community, and that's all there is to it. So a lot of the exchanges are coming in, coming out. And with FTX employees now focusing on other things, FTX 2.0 could prove worthwhile. So I'll keep you updated, guys, on this one. And until next time, peace, everyone. Smash that like button. Hey, everyone. So welcome back to another video. Hopefully you're all doing fantastic today. And smash that like button if you haven't already, because I'm your host, Coin Central. What's happening, everyone? But let's take a look at what exactly has been going on with the regular markets. Now, this is an absolute tragedy. This is absolutely insane, because Bitcoin institutional inflows topped 1 billion in 2023 amid Bitcoin supply squeeze. So it's exactly what we predicted. People, yeah, exactly, like big institutions, not people, buying a big supply of Bitcoin for their own pockets. And there's only about, such a small amount of Bitcoin left available that these institutions are picking one single Bitcoin each. So it's going to be very hard in the future potentially to even get one Bitcoin for one person. It's possibly simple now, $36,000 for one Bitcoin. I mean, not that well, but people are just holding a fraction of a Bitcoin right now. And it seems like these institutions, some hold millions. Bitcoin, Ether, and some major altcoins are ensuring price gains and excitement over possible approval of first spot exchange traded ETF fund grows. So that's a big thing. To me, that's a big thing, And what I'm seeing right now is these institutions, they know what exactly is happening with crypto, and I enjoy it. I honestly do enjoy that we are getting that type of institutions coming in, but it could also be a pretty bad thing. So we kind of don't want the institutions too much in. We also want mainstream crypto investors. So that's another thing. But I'll keep you guys updated with more. And until next time, peace, everyone.